Are you an early career professional looking for a job in the data science field and have little or no success? I'm managing the data science master's program at Brown University, and I help students with their job search. I will show you the most common mistakes I encounter and offer some strategies how you can fix them so you can land a job that makes you happy. The period spanning between 2021 and 22, known as the Great Resignation, was an excellent time to look for jobs. You could receive up to a 20–30% salary increase if you switched from your previous job, and you could negotiate perks like more vacation time and flexible working conditions. But then came 2023 and everything changed. Tech companies began laying off employees, and LinkedIn became flooded with messages of desperation from those who had been laid off. Power shifted back to employers. Early career data scientists, unhappy in their current role, often find the job search daunting. They may apply to countless positions and never hear back from most of the hiring managers. If shortlisted, they may face several rounds of interviews, often rejected for reasons never disclosed to them. When faced with such a difficult task, people tend to seek a quick fix to ease the burden. That quick fix for job search is the Easy Apply feature of various job portals. You can now apply to a multitude of jobs, literally hundreds of jobs, with a single click of a button. Here is how the process typically unfolds. You decide it's time for a new job because you are unhappy in your current role. Maybe you are dissatisfied with your manager, maybe you don't like the projects that you are working on, or you feel that you are not making an impact. Whatever the reason is, you spend some time to polish your resume and then you upload it to LinkedIn. Next, you click Jobs, set your preferences, and begin browsing through the postings. You quickly find several intriguing positions from top companies and press the button to apply. Then you sit back, relax, and wait for a few days to hear back. But the only response is the metaphorical chirping of crickets. Panic sets in, and you start to apply for more jobs that seem maybe less relevant but still acceptable to you. There is still no response, so out of desperation, you apply to all the jobs that seems even remotely suitable to you. At this stage, you might snag a couple of interviews, but the companies or the locations are not appealing to you. Students usually come to me at this stage. They start to realize that the Easy Apply strategy is not very successful, but they don't know how to improve it. If you have submitted over 100 resumes without much success, it is time to step back and re-evaluate your approach. There are two main issues with this strategy. First, it's passive. You apply to a large number of jobs because it's easy, hoping that by doing so it will increase your chances of landing one. While this might be true, you have very little control over which job you will get, and most of the positions you applied for probably don't really interest you. Remember, less is more. Second, you are spending equal effort on both highly interesting and barely interesting opportunities. This is unwise. The more excited you are about a job, the more time and energy you should invest in applying. I will now share with you 3 strategies to increase your chances of landing a great job. Stick around until the last one because it is often the most effective. It's better to rewrite your resume for each job you are genuinely interested in. Why? Let me share with you the hiring manager's perspective. They receive hundreds of applications for each open position, and they will spend 5 seconds on your resume to decide if you have the required skills. I'm not exaggerating, it's 5 seconds. I'm speaking from first-hand experience here. This is how much time I spent to evaluate resumes when I was in the position to hire. My friends who are data science managers as well as career advisors I have worked with at Brown and also at MIT have all told me the same thing. To make things worse, it is often not the hiring manager who screens the resumes first, but the human resources manager. They are non-technical people, so you need to cater for them as well. The hiring or HR manager will decide in those few seconds whether your resume goes to the shortlist or to the trash bin. Make the decision very easy for them. They won't be doing any mental gymnastics during that time. Here is how you should tailor your resume. Read the job description carefully and highlight the key phrases such as the skills and experiences required. If a phrase applies to you, use that exact key phrase in your resume. Word for word, don't change it. For instance, if the job ad specifies that they are looking for someone who can develop supervised machine learning models, but your resume says that you trained support vector machines and random forests, that is not good enough. You and I know that random forests and support vector machines are supervised machine learning models, but the HR manager might not make that connection in 5 seconds and you miss out on the position. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would like me to show you how to tailor your resume with generative AI. Talk to your friends, ex-colleagues, and schoolmates, and informally ask how they feel about their current job. If they seem happy, ask if the company is hiring and whether they can provide an endorsement for you. If someone within the company vouches for you, it makes your resume stand out, and the hiring manager will take a much closer look. Consider their perspective. It's always risky to hire a new team member. Even if a candidate looks amazing on paper, they might not fit in or something else could go wrong. If a candidate comes highly recommended by someone internally, it reduces this risk in the eyes of the hiring manager. Utilize your university's alumni network as well. Check on LinkedIn if any alumni works at the company and reach out to them. Not everyone will respond, but if they do, they tend to be very helpful and it can lead to valuable connections. Okay, here is the third strategy. Before starting your job search, do some soul searching. Figure out what would make you happy and what your constraints are. For example, you might want to work in a certain field to make your work more meaningful to you. Maybe you want to live in a certain location because you want to be close to your family and friends, or you have always wanted to experience a certain city or region. Maybe you have very strict salary constraints because you need to care for your family. Write all of this down. Next, research companies that align with your interests and reach out to their managers and C-level executives. You can also check if any of your friends or school alumni work at the company and reach out to them as well. People like to talk about themselves, so instead of leading with your need for a job, ask about the company, what they are currently working on, and what are the main challenges. Try to figure out if you could be of help in solving those challenges. That will be your way in. If you feel that the call is going well, the person is nice, and there are no obvious red flags with the company, ask towards the end of the call if they are looking to hire. Otherwise, thank them for their time, cross off the company from your list, and move on to the next one. Cold calling can be intimidating, but it shows a tremendous initiative, and most managers will respond positively to it. Several friends of mine engaged with companies they wanted to work at. Even though there were no open positions at the company at the time, they made such a great impression during their meetings that the company created a new position just for them. This strategy tends to be the most effective because it is active. When you apply for the job, you will not be just another faceless applicant in the pool, there will be a personal connection established. You might apply for less jobs, but each of them will be well researched. And all of these things will boost your chances of getting in. Moreover, you will only apply for positions that you are genuinely interested in, which will lead to greater job satisfaction. Check out my channel, Data Science Cross-Validated, for other videos on data science and machine learning.